points of interest that can be tracked from one frame to the next. And as those points are seen from different angles, their 3D position can be inferred, and they get added into the map, which you can see being built up on the right. So that green thing here is just an estimate of where the camera is. And the camera is now being tracked using these points. Okay, so that's the theory that was running in MATLAB. This is a video of it running on Vita, live. Sorry, video running on Vita anyway. I'm going to use it to explain some of the features of the system. So first we need to find a point to initialize. Now you need enough of these interest points to initialize, and the big red square around the screen says that this isn't a good place, but as we come up it turns green and says yes, there's enough interest points here, so many places are okay. Here we're going to initialize, and as we move slightly, that was enough to then give us the 3D position of these points. So the green points are now known, and we can place an augmentation on the cooker. If we now look to the right, we can see points being added to the fridge. Now these start off as pink to say, yes, these are good points to track, but it doesn't yet know exactly where they are. However, as we then move the device, they turn green to go, yep, I've now got their 3D position, and we can place an augmentation. And we'll expand it off to the left as well. Okay, so now we've mapped out a pretty large area of my kitchen. And as well as expanding the map spatially, we can also expand it in scale. So if we look at the tiles above the cooker, there are a number of interest points there. But if we zoom in and get closer, more and more detail becomes visible, so more and more interest points can be added. And again, we can add another augmentation onto this surface as well. Okay, so now I just want to talk about some of the strengths of this system. So the first is that we can get in very close to these augmentations, at least in the areas that we've mapped closely. We can also move very far away. I think I get limited by my video recording wires. And also the augmentations are locked very tightly to the scene, which is why we call the technology magnet. There's very little jitter. We can cope with pretty fast motion as well, though if we do lose track, which I think I do just there, we can recover again quite quickly. So again, we lose track as we look down, but we regain again. So just to iterate then, we have this large range of distances, we've got augmentations locked tightly to the scene, we can cope with fast motion,